I do for you, American Coaster enthusiast. Although I actually am really enjoying this. I'm here with Preston Perkes from S&S. Preston, how is your IAAPA Expo going?
It has been phenomenal. You know, last year was a little bit slower, coming out of the pandemic, reintroducing access. But the ball is rolling. There's an excitement out there.
It really is.
I mean, for us, we came into this show with a lot more solidified appointments, a lot of things set up. So we've been really, really busy for the last 3 days.
Yeah. Anything that you can spill to us, or is it all top secret information?
Yeah. I mean, it's all top secret. How about that? I mean, we've had a lot of interest in a lot of different things. You know, customers talk to us about all our different coasters, all our different towers, our amusement rides. You know, we've been doing towers for years. They're not dead. People still on towers.
Dead? Oh, what are you talking about?
Well,
towers, everybody loves towers.
There's perception they've been dead just because we put so many out there in the world. But there's still spots where a tower can go.
Listen, every time I go to a park, I want to see a tower. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to get the view of the park.
Yeah, I mean, we rode Dr. Doom last night. That was tower number 7 in the history of S&S.
Yeah.
Now we're over the 400 range.
Wow.
And they're just awesome. Yeah, you get that launch, you get the view of the park, exciting things. So, but yeah, we're talking about towers. We're talking about, you know, our 43 spins, of course. That's been one of our most successful coasters since 2015. And then all our other rides that are out there, our swings, our larger coasters, and a little bit about the Axis, obviously.
I'm dying to talk about the Axis. I mean, this is the elephant in the room, right?
Axis has been so exciting. I mean, we started that project about 5 years ago, and one of our employees brought to us that idea. We have a think-a-thon every 6 months. Yeah,
it's like it's still your ideas.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for employees to share some ideas they have.
Okay.
Have a little bit of a competition. See which has the best ideas. Coming out of those think-a-thons, sometimes we get really, really good ideas. So in this situation, Axis was proposed, not as you see it today, but the concept was. And we took that idea and we're like, wow, there's something to it.
What was the concept? That it would be...
Basically, yeah, this bench that does some rotation as the vehicle goes around the ride, the passenger bench would have some form of rotation.
Yeah.
And so we said, we looked at that, we graded it, and graded out really, really nice, but we recognized there's something unique about this ride, something that is really different. So we took 2 years, we developed that ride, that concept, and built a prototype. And right before we came to IAAPA 3 years ago, we introduced Axis to the world a little bit. Put out the first video, we didn't have a vehicle here, we had a TV screen. We just ran Axis testing.
Okay.
And introduced it. And then about 3 months later, the pandemic hit. And it really was a horrible time to introduce a new product like that. That being said, you know, we really reintroduced Axis to the world last year. Brought this first article vehicle, showed it off, and obviously everyone's really, really excited. But I think
we're talking about this for sure, and taking lots of footage of it, especially when it was spinning. We got some shows that spins the full 360 degrees here. You're saying the first article, so explain to everybody what that is.
Sure. So, you know, you have the prototype vehicle. That's where you're really testing the concepts. We did that, validated it's fun, it works. But then, if you want to keep doing it, we went through the whole engineering process and designed something that meets current codes and standards, took into account how we wanted it to look, how the maintenance would happen on it, and this is what came with it, first article, which is something that you pretty much would be saying, hey, this is, if you bought this ride, or we put this ride out, this is what it would be.
Right, so it's not just on paper, you can actually see it, touch it, feel it, so you get an idea of what it might be like, but it might not look exactly like this.
Yeah, I mean, it will look very, very similar. When you do a first article, though, there's a couple things you still do. So we did all our containment analysis with this first article thing. So when you see Axis, when it comes out, it will look like this. But there will be some tweaks that you might not see, some subtlety. Like this vest might be open a little bit more. We're going to change the seat a little bit more for containment.
Okay.
Besides this, you see Axis, you're not going to be able to see very many different things. Now, maybe your audience will be able to pick some things out, because I know they're really high attention to detail, say, hey, that looks a little bit different. This is 2 inches higher over here than what it was there. we'll have a little bit like that, but essentially it'd be like this.
So, speaking of the American coaster enthusiasts being, obviously coaster nerds, we'll say, and we say that lovingly, the coaster nerds that we are, we've got to ask about Arrow and the connection to Arrow and what's going on with all of that. Is there...
Yeah, so, Arrow is a really, really important part of our history, right? I mean, Arrow's an important part of history for everyone that's here, honestly. Like, they invented the first tubular type slow track, the Matterhorn. Now our tie's a little bit more direct. They were in Utah, in Clearfield, not too far from us. And in 2002, when they're doing X2, that project ended up going bankrupt. So in that situation, we were able to acquire the rights of Arrow. Actually had quite a few employees come over to S&S and work for us. Continue to work with various Arrow employees. Alan Schulke did a lot of layouts for us for many, many years. And so, yeah, as of today, we try and work and maintain and support all those Arrow rides that are currently out there. We have all of the drawings. I don't know if you guys have seen, and if you've seen on our website, yeah, we have a raffle for a copy of one of the drawings over here in the corner of our booth. And we maintain all of those drawings that are currently in our archives. So
that's great.
We have to utilize them to help build things, but they are art. Like, we do tours of our facility sometimes, and that's one of the funnest things to show off.
Can I come?
Sure. Yeah, come. You can look through them. Really, they're works of art.
So,
well, yeah. Actually, our customer service manager was going through some drawings, trying to find something, and we found an old Dumbo foundation layout that's there. So there's a lot of treasure. I wish I had hours and hours of the day to do that.
That's really cool that S&S is keeping up that history, keeping up those trends.
Yeah, I mean, those rides are really nostalgic, right? Yeah. It's a lot of rides that maybe the first extreme ride someone went on, and now they can take their kids and go ride on it. They want to be able to have that experience, and we want to be part of that.
I love that. So you said that you mentioned X2. Six Flags Magic Mountain is my home park. Great. So I have to say, there's a little bit of like X2 vibes to this coaster as well. I think a lot of people are really excited about this.
Yeah, I mean, we've taken a lot of those opportunities. X2 is there. We built 2 more of those 4th dimension trains throughout the world. We have one in China and one in Japan. We built new trains for X. Well, it was X, right? Now it's X2 when we built the new trains. But yeah, there's a lot of concepts that are there that went into the 40 free spin. We call it little brother, to X2 a little bit. But this morphs into a new, unique product of its own, taking that same technology of rotation, but adding the magnet to dampen it. And we put it on the side, a different axis, as we call it.
Ah, I get it. Axis, get it?
And you mentioned, I mean, people can't stop thinking about it. It is true. Over the last 3 years, we've had a lot of people come and ride our prototypes, and had that opportunity of not only customers, but a lot of just individuals that are part of the community from Ride Access.
Lucky.
And they do come back to the show here, and they admit, we can't stop thinking about it, right? So we have a lot of customers. They've ridden the ride. It's got a lasting impression on them. And so, we're furthering those conversations here at IAAPA. It's a great opportunity to meet with all of them. We're all in one place and talk about the most unique, exciting ride that's out there. So it's been great for us.
Last question. What are you the most excited about for the future of S&S?
Oh, man.
What do you see the future?
I've been here for 16 years. I've been through a lot of different parts of the company. I'm excited about where our company is going. We've been through a lot of different stages. We went through an entrepreneur stage, Stan Checkett, and going through there. We went through a diversification stage when we had to start building coasters, when we didn't do that before, and develop these new products. And so I think we see these opportunity of creating these unique and exciting experiences for the community. That's actually our mission, is to do that. So, and our vision is to strive to do that. So I think that's where we're going to be. We're going to be looking to create those unique, exciting experiences. That's what Stan Checkett lived for, I mean, he was our founder. He passed away this year. But one of the quotes was that one of his main things that he did in life was to try and create experiences for other people. And I think that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to keep that legacy going, creating those unique and exciting experiences, developing access coasters, and other things. We're going to keep coming out with new ideas.
I love it. In Stan's memory, R.I.P. Stan.
Yeah.
Well, this has been really awesome, Preston. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to actually be sitting in an Access coaster remembering this conversation that I had here with you. So thank you so much for talking to us today. And everybody keep in touch with S&S, S&S Worldwide on Instagram and YouTube and all the channels. And I'm going to see if I can win that Arrow drawing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. We're excited to show off Access. It won't be long.
All right. Promise?
I promise.
Okay. Heard it here.